A silver storm is sweeping across the globe. Starting on January 1, China has raised its export control over silver to the same regulatory level as rare earths. This move, highlighting strategic intentions, has raised concerns in the industry. The global market has characterized this as China weaponizing silver, using it as a leverage in the ongoing US-China trade and technology battles. From rare earths to silver, the Chinese government is once again disrupting global supply chain stability. China's recent policy shifts have made silver an even more critical strategic industrial resource, with export controls giving a greater importance than oil. The global response has been swift and intense. On December 27, Tesla CEO Elon Musk responded on X, stating, "This is not good. Silver is a necessary material in many industrial processes." Why has the Chinese government chosen this moment to elevate silver to strategic status? The core reason is that silver's role has changed. It's no longer just a precious metal. It has become a key industrial metal in the era of new energy and AI. The industrial demand for silver now accounts for 58% of total demand, and it continues to rise. Let's begin with the new energy sector, where silver has become an essential resource. Manufacturers like Tesla are highly sensitive to the historic rise in silver prices. A single electric vehicle can use up to 25 to 50 grams of silver, which is 7 times more than a gasoline car. Whether it's the battery management system, the motor, or the charging interface, all rely on silver's excellent conductivity and thermal properties. As global electric vehicle sales soar each year, the demand for silver is climbing as well, directly increasing manufacturing costs. In 2025, the consumption of silver paste in AI server chips surged by 30% year on year. With AI technology becoming more widespread, this demand is expected to grow exponentially. In simple terms, new energy and AI industries can't function without silver. It's become the industrial blood of the technological revolution. Additionally, silver is used in key industries such as solar panels, medical equipment, 5G infrastructure, robotics, military equipment, and consumer electronics. Other tech giants like Apple and Samsung face similar pressures, as a shortage of silver could lead to a 10 to 20% increase in electronics prices. According to Chinese state media, an anonymous industry insider revealed that this new policy marks silver's formal inclusion in the National Strategic Resource List, elevating it from a regular commodity to a strategic material, placing its export control on par with rare earths. This policy not only changes the rules of silver trade, but could also reshape the global supply chain landscape. Specifically, the new policy requires silver exports to shift from a quota-based system to a strict one transaction, one review licensing system. This means each export transaction must undergo individual approval by the Ministry of Commerce, with key aspects such as the buyer's background and the compliance of the intended use being reviewed. This system mirrors the licensing management model used for rare earth exports. China recently released a list of 44 companies authorized to export silver under the new system from 2026 to 2027. After the policy takes effect, the market expects China's silver exports to decrease significantly, with an anticipated reduction of around 50%. This change is expected to have a structural impact on the global silver market. In fact, China has had a system for managing silver export licenses for years, and the new policy is an extension and refinement of previous requirements. But from a geopolitical standpoint, the latest export control on silver is seen as part of the broader US-China competition for critical minerals. In November 2025, the US added silver to its list of critical minerals. A US analysis report noted that China was one of the largest silver producers globally in 2024 and also held significant silver reserves. The United States relies on imports for about 2/3 of its silver. If China's new policy is implemented, it will immediately exacerbate the global supply chain disruption. In terms of global silver production, China ranks third. According to 2024 data, China accounts for about 13% of global mined silver production, about 3,400 tons, while Mexico holds around 23%. But China controls about 60 to 70% of the world's refined silver supply. This means that even if the raw silver is not mined in China, once it enters the country, its distribution can be controlled by China. While this move strengthens China's influence over resources, it could also lead to an escalation in global trade barriers against China. Analysts note that the economic effects are already reflected in silver prices. By the end of 2025, the price of silver surged by about 150%, breaking through $71 per ounce. In 2026, silver prices may surpass $120 per ounce. Setting aside geopolitics for a moment, the silver market itself is already under significant pressure, with fundamentals that could trigger major changes. Since 2016, global silver production has peaked and has been declining ever since, shrinking by 7% from its highest point. The global silver market has faced a supply shortage for 5 consecutive years. In 2025, the silver supply gap exceeded 3,600 tons. If China cuts exports by half, the already tight market will become even more strained. By 2026, the gap may widen to 8,000 tons. The global silver stockpile is also in a dire state. Recently, the London bullion market's deliverable silver supply dropped to just 233 tons, the lowest in a decade. The Shanghai Future Exchange's inventory has also been halved. The remaining stock will barely meet global demand for 1 to 2 months. With such a tight supply-demand relationship, any small disruption could cause prices to surge. Industry insiders believe that through export restrictions, China is effectively weaponizing global dependence on silver, with a particular impact on industries central to the energy transition and technological upgrades. In the future, depending on geopolitical dynamics, China could gradually tighten or even fully ban exports, following a similar strategy to its gradual tightening of rare earths over the years. Silver, once considered a minor player, is now being pushed to the forefront of geopolitical battles. In other words, silver has become another card in China's game of disruption. Much like rare earths, the US may soon seek to control mineral resources in Latin American countries. As the top 3 silver producers, Mexico and Peru could become focal points of America's new Monroe Doctrine. US companies are already in talks to develop mining agreements, aiming to reduce dependence on Chinese supply chains. In contrast, the US market has seen silver prices skyrocket since late November. Silver bracelets, which could previously be bought for just over 100 yuan in jewelry stores, now cost at least 300 to 400 yuan. It's not just physical stores. Silver prices in the commodities market have surged, outpacing gold, which has long been regarded as the go-to safe haven asset. This marks the first time in nearly 40 years that silver has outperformed gold in this way. As a result, there has been a nationwide rush to buy silver, causing severe supply shortages. Many physical stores across the country are experiencing continuous stockouts of silver. Asia's largest gold market, the Shebei market, is facing extreme shortages of spot silver. Currently, it is nearly impossible to find silver ingots, and buyers are even forced to pay a premium to purchase silver materials to produce silver jewelry.
今天120块的白银板料全部售空了哈。
Today, the 120 yuan silver ingots have all sold out. Dear friends, please don't rush to the store. There's no more stock. Both the silver ingots and small gold bars are completely sold out. There's nothing left. Silver ingots are incredibly hot right now, and even if we place an order with the factory, they don't have any stock either. It's a nationwide shortage, which tells us something important. Everyone is anticipating price increases. We've checked with all suppliers, and none have any stock left. Industry insiders predict silver will reach 18 yuan per gram in the short term, and over 20 yuan per gram in the long term. So, if you have stock on hand and haven't made enough profit yet, or if you haven't made a profit at all, it might be worth waiting a little longer. A heated market often leads to chaos, with some unscrupulous merchants taking advantage of the situation. Recently, a consumer spent 1.2 million yuan on silver bars, but was unable to receive the goods. In a panic, he went to the Shebei market in Shenzhen to find the seller, only to discover the seller had absconded with the money. Fortunately, he unintentionally found the fleeing merchant, and an emotional confrontation broke out between them, leading to a brief chaotic scene.
My hard-earned money, oh my goodness, I put my life on the line for this. I traveled to Shenzhen with nearly 1.2 million yuan in my hand, but I never expected to get it back. I thought, heaven doesn't starve blind sparrows, and never imagined I'd run into this scammer. The moment I saw him, I rushed straight toward him without thinking. My only goal was to get my money back. If not, I was prepared to fight him. I couldn't let this fraud get away. Not after everything I've been through. Every penny I earned came from working hard at Zhengzhou in Yongtai Company, riding on my electric bike every day, earning one step at a time. My money didn't come easily. Now, thanks to everyone, especially my mentor and my bros, Zheng and Hao, and other friends who helped me get justice, I was able to recover my money. Otherwise, it would have been impossible. The scammer might have really gotten away with it.
Merchants who raise prices to run and sell when prices drop are not an isolated case. Behind the dramatic surge in silver prices, a harvesting scheme is unfolding frequently. Some consumers have even gone into debt to rush into the market, only for the merchants to secretly abscond with the money.
大家好，我叫陈陈，来自江苏苏州。
Hello everyone. My name is Chen Chen and I'm from Suzhou, Jiangsu. I'm 42 years old and currently in debt to the tune of 2 million yuan. I heard that investing in silver and gold could make money. So to pay off my debts, I secretly mortgaged my house without telling my parents. I borrowed money from all my relatives and friends and bought silver from a dealer named Chen in the Shuibei market in Shenzhen. Watching the silver prices rise day by day, I finally felt like I could pay off my debts. But I never expected that on Monday, December 22, when I came here at the agreed time, I was told that Chen had kept my goods and materials, claiming his company had gone bankrupt. I felt like the sky had fallen. The money I invested was borrowed from my relatives and friends, and I mortgaged my house behind my parents' back. Now I don't know how to face my family and friends. This is my 10th day in Shenzhen, and I'm suffering from severe depression. I've been relying on medication for years, but now I can't eat or sleep because of this situation. Chen told me his company went bankrupt in September, but he never informed me until I came here. Now I can't go back home. Are we just supposed to accept that these scammers took our money and we're powerless? Are we completely helpless in the fight for our rights? Does anyone have any ideas or suggestions to help me? Recently, a business owner at the Shuibei market in Shenzhen warned fellow merchants silver prices change daily and they must be cautious when restocking. Many raw material factories are taking payments without delivering goods.
要买白银的姐妹们啊，一定要小心啊！
To all the ladies looking to buy silver, be careful. The silver market is incredibly hot right now, and it's also attracting many scammers. Recently, a sister shared that she ordered 15 kilograms of silver ingots in a live stream, priced at 18 yuan per gram, with delivery promised in a few days. But after 3 days, the price of silver rose to 19.2 yuan per gram. And guess what? The seller suddenly refused to deliver, offering a refund instead, claiming the supplier had run away. The problem is, this seller was still live streaming every day and reportedly had a large stock of silver ingots. It's clear the supplier didn't run away. The seller simply didn't want to fulfill the order after the price increase. In the face of profit, people's integrity is truly tested. So, everyone, stay vigilant and make sure to carefully verify everything. The volatility of silver prices has led to a surge in consumer disputes. Mr. Su spent almost 37,000 yuan to purchase 2,400 grams of silver bars. But instead of receiving his silver, he found the store empty and the customer service unresponsive. Even attempts at mediation by the Market Supervision Bureau were outright rejected. The store was cleared out the day after payment, and Mr. Su's effort to claim his rights have reached a deadlock. According to a report from Red Star News, Mr. Su made 4 separate online orders for a total of 2.4 kilograms of silver on December 25 from a store called Wenzhou Sun Life Textiles. Mr. Su said, "Recently, the prices of gold and silver have surged, so I thought about stocking up." After placing the order, Mr. Su found that the store did not ship the goods. He said the expected delivery date was December 27, but the goods still hadn't been shipped by that time. The next day, I checked again, and the store's products were all cleared out, and I couldn't reach customer service. Mr. Su believes the main reason for the delay was the rise in silver prices. After he made the purchase, the price of silver started to increase. By December 29, silver surpassed 20 yuan per gram, but by January 1, it had dropped back to 16.8 yuan per gram. Mr. Su noted that the product description stated, "We will ship regardless of price fluctuations," but after he made the purchase, the merchant refused to fulfill the order. Mr. Su believes the fair solution would be to compensate according to the current silver market price. The Market Supervision Bureau has taken up the case and attempted to mediate between Mr. Su and the store owner, but the store owner has clearly refused to negotiate, leaving no room for compromise. Regarding this matter, the director of Henan Zhenjin law firm, Mr. Fu Jian, believes that after the consumer placed the order and paid for the goods, the merchant's failure to deliver within the agreed time frame or a reasonable period constitutes a breach of contract, and the merchant should bear the responsibility for the breach. Some people commented online, "Is this still business? This is financial fraud on a massive scale." On January 3, a business owner at the Shuibei market revealed the truth behind the fleeing suppliers.
白银这一波是忙得差不多了啊，什么暴雷跑路的一大堆，还有赖皮的啊。
This wave of silver sales is almost over. There have been a lot of scams and businesses running away, and some are just being dishonest. Let me ask you, if you were in their shoes, could you resist the temptation? Many of their customers bought silver at over 14 yuan per gram, and then the price soared to over 20 yuan per gram. For many, the goods haven't even been delivered yet, but they've already made 80,000 to 90,000 yuan per batch. This sparked a chain of trust issues, with the silver ingot's value increasing by 80,000 or 90,000 yuan. The seller can make that much without delivering the goods. If they actually deliver, they only make a few thousand yuan. If it were you, would you deliver the goods or not? There have been many cases like this lately, with even our peers falling victims to suppliers who have run away after pricing silver at 13 or 14 yuan per gram and then refusing to fulfill the orders. Silver has been widely sought after, with many borrowing money to invest in it. Some have mortgaged their homes or taken out online loans to stock up on silver bars, betting on further price increases. But the overheated market has given rise to harvesting schemes. Some merchants are selling fake or low-quality silver products at inflated prices, and once consumers are tricked, it's hard for them to seek compensation. There are also cases where merchants abscond with customers' money, leaving them with nothing. Behind the frenzy of the market lies a web of risky traps, and these chaotic situations are pushing the market to the brink of danger.